absolutely no doubt that from January the 1st, this country is going to prosper mightily.
As EU countries have actually expanded their exports to the rest of the world, the UK has not.
Brexit is and was and will be a total disaster.
The UK's decision to leave the European Union is an act of economic self-harm.
In the nearly 7 years and through 4 changes in prime ministers since the United Kingdom voted to exit the European Union, recent polls indicate a shift in public opinion against Brexit. According to the most recent YouGov survey, 54% felt that the decision for the UK to leave the European Union was incorrect, while 34% maintained it was the right choice. The impact of Brexit on Britain's inflation has been notable, introducing complications to its crucial trade partnership and adversely affecting the value of the pound, resulting in increased costs for imports. 45% of the population believed that Brexit had negatively impacted their daily lives, in contrast to a mere 11% who felt it had brought improvements. A recent investigation conducted by the London School of Economics revealed that Brexit had contributed to approximately 1/3 of the UK's food price inflation since 2019, resulting in an additional nearly £7 billion in the country's grocery expenses. The adverse effects of Brexit on the economy became apparent in early 2020, shortly after the UK officially exited the EU. Since January 2022, UK food producers have been subjected to comprehensive border controls on goods destined for the EU. Anticipated to be the weakest among the G20 nations in the coming 2 years, the UK economy faces additional challenges with a cost of living crisis and political unrest, intensifying the concerns for the Conservative government. Sectors ranging from agriculture and fisheries to automobile manufacturing and pharmaceuticals have underscored the challenges directly stemming from Brexit in recent years. The nation is grappling with a mild recession, elevated inflation, and a revised GDP reflecting contraction. Although the pandemic and the conflict in Ukraine have exacerbated the negative economic impact of Brexit, they are not the sole factors influencing the shift in public opinion. Consider a scenario where another EU referendum takes place in the future and the British public votes to rejoin. However, it would require approval from the European Commission, and European Council would also be required to commence negotiations. In accordance with EU law, the UK, now classified as a third country, would need to initiate a fresh application and undergo the complete accession procedure from the beginning, as outlined in Article 49 of the Treaty of European Union. Typically, it has taken around 9 years for a present member to move from submitting a membership application to finalizing an accession treaty. Certain EU member states might oppose the UK's bid. After all, there is historical precedent, as the French voted against the UK's application for membership in the European Economic Community in both 1963 and 1967. There is also no past instance of a country exiting the EU and then seeking readmission. However, many EU insiders caution that, in this scenario, Britain would likely not receive any special concessions. There would be no budget rebate, no exemption from the social chapter, and Britain would likely be required to accept both the free movement of people and, quite possibly, the euro.